Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Apex Legends. So this is going to be our first ranked game of Season 7. So yeah, we have no points yet. This is just like, and we're jumping in. This was also my first game of the morning too. So we're a little bit unprepared, but you know what, we're going in. We actually do have a friend in here, SPG Congo. He's going to be the person we have comms with. So you'll see us sticking with him pretty much most of the time, but we first drop in house. Today we have 2 games. This is the little house right above him in Creation Labs. We didn't know. It's a pretty good spot. There happens to be another squad here, but it's all good because I get a Havoc first, so I'm ready to take them. Hit this Wraith a little bit, well, hit her once with the Mozambique. Then I get out the Havoc and I miss most of my shots. So she runs far, and I just decided that it's not worth it. I was going to stay with my team. And there were other people up at the house too, so I just wanted to wait, let her run away. Sucks I didn't get the kill, but it's alright. So I have the Havoc and I have the Mozambique. Mozambique's certainly not the most preferred gun, but the Havoc's alright, so I trust that I can take a fight if I need to take one. Then we go down to Hammond Creation Labs to try and push another squad, get a little more looted up, got a blue body shield and stuff like that. We just hold an angle, and then this Bangalore comes, and she kind of gets screwed over because she tried to block this door, but she was a little bit too far behind, and there was a crack in the door I could shoot her through. So yeah, I end up knocking her. I throw a grav trap as like a grav lift, and I use it as a trap to kind of just stop enemies from getting to me. I end up swapping out the Mozambique for the G7. I actually really like the G7, and I swap the Havoc out for the Volt because I prefer the Volt over the Havoc. So now we have a pretty decent loadout. I like both of the guns I have, and I'm like really ready to go aggressive and push in, and that's what my teammates are ready to do too. One's looting the Bangalore that I got, and my other teammates looking around seeing if we can find another squad, and there is actually another squad nearby. We're just going to kind of loot up before we have to take that fight yet. So there we go. I switch out the G7 for the R99, because honestly, I think the R99 is the best gun in the game currently. I just think it's like, it shreds people. You can one clip and stuff like that. Get her own skin on it and stuff like that. And we're just going to keep looting up Hammond Creation Labs, and as you'll see in a little bit, we will actually pick a fight. Not quite yet. There we go. So up here, our teammates ping someone, so we know they're over there, and we're trying to get like a half flank, kind of just try and get, like, draw them from, there we go. So there's our Horizon. We do absolutely terrible. We misclick. But, so she pushes us. We throw frag grenades to try and stop her from hard pushing us so we can heal up and stuff like that. Sadly, our one teammate's left alone, and it most likely will be an end for him. But me and my teammate go around for a flank, try and see if they're looking too hard on him. And there is actually one, I believe it was Revenant, looking hard on our teammate. We one clip him with the Volt. But as this Horizon comes, I miss all of my shots again with the Volt. Switch to the R99, and wouldn't you know it, miss most of my shots again. And Horizon ends up doing a ton of damage until eventually we get killed by her. So if I hit all of my shots, I would still be alive. And right here is kind of the beginning of the end of the first game. My one teammate has to take on a pretty low Horizon, which he actually downs, and then a Revenant, and he actually gets the Revenant too. But the issue now is that a new whole squad with 3 people's coming up while 2 of our teammates are down. So I advise him to just run away, to just get out. There's no point in saving us. All that we'll do is get him killed too. So I end up dying, and he tries to run back up the house, and the other squad chases him there, and as you can see from that little clip there, he dies too. So that's going to be the first game. Not the best game, but, you know, we actually didn't play too bad. Obviously, we didn't get the win, which is what we would have wanted. But here we are now dropping at Grow Towers, one of my favorite places to land. I take the 2nd floor. My 2 other teammates are going to the right, so I am kind of alone here, so I have to be immediately ready to start a fight if I need to. Just taking these easy supply crates. We're going to swap the Re-45 for the Flatline. One of my favorite combos to go with is the R99, and then either a heavy gun or an energy gun, so that's kind of what we're going for now. Once we get the R99, we'll have the R99 Flatline. We go head over with my teammate. We're going to go loot the stuff that he didn't take, and just protect him overall in case another squad does happen to show up here. So yeah, this is just the beginning of the game, looting stuff, pretty basic. But we actually do see someone there, and we know that there's another squad nearby. So we're trying to camp these stairs here, and I try and stick that person with an Arc Star, but they end up running away. And we know there's more than 2 now because we just saw a Wraith, and then Bloodhound happened to scan us. So in this scenario, you want to always assume there's 3. So we just go rushed out. Well, we stay on top trying to hold the stairs because we have way better positioning if they try and come up the stairs here. They have no idea we're behind them. So yeah, we just kind of wait for the squad to make their first move, and then we'll capitalize on their weakness. So I see one, and my teammate tells me that they're pretty low, so I go rush them, the Wraith. And I end up wiping her out with the alternator, just completely hip firing on her. She wasn't actually that low, and she ends up doing a little bit to me, but I end up just grav lifting back up to the top with my teammates. And I try and find a new body shield, something to shield swap with. And I'm just like still ready to pick another fight with Bloodhound and stuff. And eventually my teammates do kill them. I'm still just kind of looting up here. But that Wraith dies after a while. There we go, there's one down. So yeah, they're just looting at this point now, and I'm going to go down too and join them. I'm just still looking around for other stuff, though. This is just the boring looting phase of this game. So then we see a blue body shield. Now, in combat, what I did there probably wasn't too smart, because we need to, like, heal up more. Shield is less health than my white shield. So it probably wasn't too smart, because all I did was take more health away from myself. But I wasn't really paying attention to that, to be honest. But it's alright, because everyone's dead as it is. So we go down, we take this Evo shield, which is full. However, it doesn't have as much damage done on it, so we actually keep ours, and then we heal up. Now we go in between these two rift things at this little house, and our one teammate's hard pushing. And I don't approve of this decision, but at the end of the day, I decided that I would rather be with my teammates in a bad spot than without my teammates in a good spot. So we go with him. We try and help him out, because I believe there's 2 squads fighting at this house, and eventually one of them does win, and we come in and hard third party them. So I throw my my black hole thing, try and suck them in, see if I can just disorient them and stuff. So here we go, we're just looking around. They're very low. I see someone run out this door. It's Octane. He gets down in 2 shots. We immediately finish, so yeah. Our teammate gets the squad, so that's it for that pretty much. We just go ahead and loot up, get all the good stuff. Now, the only bad thing about this is we have an Octane, and for you Octane mains, you know how fun it is to be heavy aggressive with Octane. But me and my teammate, the Pathfinder, we didn't really want to push that hard. And our Octane was kind of making, like, dumb decisions. Like, as you can see over there was 2 squads fighting, but it was in the middle of the open field. And normally third partying isn't a bad idea, but in this open of a field, and the fight doesn't even seem that close to over yet, Octane pushes, and it gets me a little bit upset. So I try and stay behind a little bit, just look at these loot crates, try and get some good positioning. I still want this Octane to stay behind, but he just jumps right into the thick of it, and I'm still just trying to hold my spot, take a few pot shots. But then I go in and I see that Octane actually is downing a few, and I say, hold on, we got this. And then I go run in with him. Probably not my best decision, but I'm arc starring and stuff, and I get absolutely lit up from behind. And that's the only problem with third parties in an open field, is that sometimes you get fourth partied. And as you can see right there, it happens to me, and eventually it does happen to Octane too. He's holding out his best though. I got absolutely melted from behind, not much I could have done, to be honest, trying to give him some helpful pings, but when there's like 3 people all rushing one person, it's kind of over. My Pathfinder teammate was a little bit slower to get down to the field, and luckily enough for him, he can kind of avoid most of his fights. He actually backs off. I tell him to do that again, because there's no point in him trying to fight 3. But he actually, he does get my banner back at him in Creation Labs, and he has it right now, and he has to make the choice if he wants to go in the circle to bring me back to life, and he actually goes for it. And this circle, it's no light circle, it hurts honestly a good amount, so this is where we have to start using a lot of our meds, and this will actually be how we lose this game. But he starts medding up here. You'll see he uses med kit, then he respawns me. So yeah, I died like right at the door of him in Creation Labs too. So here we go. So this is like it was a pretty risky decision by him, because it takes most of his medkits. He could die on the way. But I make an even more risky decision where I decide that I'm not just going to go try and find empty death boxes. I was going to go back to my loot, because I was confident that I had meds, and if I was wrong, it probably I wouldn't be alive for the later part of this game. But yeah, so this is my loot right here. It's a little bit out in the open, but I don't think there's anybody here, and wouldn't you know it, people are here. So luckily enough, out of the few things I picked up, I did actually pick up a med kit. So that's probably what saves me. If I picked up anything else there, I probably could have died. But here we go, I'm just like spamming the select button for all of these things, because all of these things belong to me. There's nothing that I don't want out of that crate. So I use another medkit here, probably not the smartest choice, because I'm not really that low on health. I probably could have saved it, but now I have 2 medkits left, and I need to take the zipline back, and I'm going to be pretty low on health. And ideally, I would not like to fight that squad that was shooting at us, because there's only 2. There's a Pathfinder and Horizon versus those 3. So I'd prefer to avoid as many fights as I can, or at least if we were to fight, at least not fight head-on and try and get like a third party or sneak up on a squad or something. Something to give us an advantage, because right now the numbers disadvantage is like a big thing. So here we are now in the fields right next to Autumn Estates, and my Pathfinder pulls the zipline, and as you can imagine, we get absolutely mowed down for people on the train tracks. I try and avoid. I still get hit up a lot, but then like Lady Luck shines upon us, and they actually start fighting another squad, which is a perfect timing for us. And honestly, I make a pretty dumb decision here, but I decide that if they're so focused fighting, I'm going to res my teammate. You should never do this, res your teammate out in the field. But this time it actually ended up working out for us. So we actually make it out of there. We just retreat to this rock. Still looking for like times where we can push, because like I said before, a numbers disadvantage is a huge thing, and we really can't risk pushing them head on. We need a third party, or like I said before, get a like sneak attack. We have to make the numbers even somehow, and the only way to really do that is to get them when they're weak, when they're either not paying attention or they're too busy doing other stuff. So I just checked this care package really quick, see if I can get any loot. There's a Volt, but I don't really want that over the flatline, being that I already have a pretty much stacked flatline. So we walk up a little bit, and I think that they're still fighting, and then Bloodhound sonars me, so I'm like, nope, never mind, not fighting anymore. So I back off once again, and there's a lot of this just a little like checking to see if I can get up there or not, because that's where you want to be, is the train tracks. One of the things about the train tracks, though, is that it's really hard to take from the ground, but it's like almost like taking train tracks from the, or it's not really train tracks, I don't know why I'm calling them that. It's like the road, kind of. The road thing is like, it's really hard to take it if you're in the position that me and my Pathfinder are, but if you're on the road, there's absolutely no cover. So I was confident that if we were to get on the road, I think we probably could have taken the other people on the road, but they actually weren't there, and they were down, which put us at a huge disadvantage, because while we have a very good height advantage, they have a ton of cover, and we're just left in an empty white road. So this doesn't look too good. I tagged this guy. Probably not the smartest decision, because now all they know is that we're where we are coming from, and they absolutely light us up. And it's now where I realize that these are the last two squads, so third partying is not an option anymore, and neither sneaking up. So it's almost like it would like require some serious gun skill for us to win this. We decide to go down this little ramp thing because there's like a little bit of cover, not too much still, but there's a little bit of cover on this railing part. And this is, yeah, like I said, this is where the ending really starts. I find these two crates to hide behind. It's still nowhere near considered the best cover. There's these like pipes and stuff, and I just want to stay on this little like railing thing. And my teammate left and he went down, so we kind of split up, and I guess we just figured that we can fire from two directions would be better. But it didn't end up working out too well for us. So it's still the three. One goes in my direction, two go in his direction, as you'll see in a little bit. The circle closes it in, and we're finally on the final circle here. My gravity, or my black hole thing is ready, same with my gravity lift. But yeah, this cover is very minimal, and all it takes is for them to shoot at me from two sides, and I'm pretty much dead. So it wasn't looking too good at this point. We were also out of the circle too. I was narrowly avoiding arc stars too. I didn't want to take any damage. So yeah, there we go. That's when the two go over to fight him. I go ahead and I throw my black hole over at him just to try and help out a little bit. Or actually, no, I save it now. I was going to, but I figured I wouldn't be able to hit anyone from this far away. So I just like, I try and help him out because obviously he's versing 2 and I'm not. But then I'm forced to move because arc stars come in. And they're just absolutely lobbing arc stars at me. They were smart. They collected a lot of grenades. We actually don't have that many grenades. We have like maybe 2 or 3. And then I believe there's a lifeline that comes to push me, and she gets me really low. I throw a grenade to try and buy myself some time. And yeah, so I'm just spamming grenades, hoping for the best here. I go ahead and use a Phoenix kit. And hopefully I don't get shot, but I actually get shot once, and I get extremely lucky because one shot is what I can take. So I get the Phoenix kit off, and I actually just absolutely melt this lifeline. Like, that looked very good on my part, but it only gets worse from here. So here we go, there's the Bloodhound right here. I used the gravity lift, probably not the smartest decision, and then I missed every single one of my shots. Had I hit every single flatline shot on that Bloodhound and reloaded my R99, I could have won, but I didn't. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. If you enjoyed, consider leaving a like. If you want to see more from me, please subscribe. If you have any tips or tricks, leave them in the comments. See you later. Peace.